What would your life look like right now, today, if 3 years ago you'd started building your own business instead of staying in your current 9 to 5? I'm asking because most people don't realize how much they can accomplish in a year, let alone 3, 5, or 10 years. Hey, I'm Eric. I'm a mechanical engineer and auto enthusiast who escaped the corporate world over 25 years ago when I started my own business. And today, I want to talk about the one thing I wish I'd done sooner and why it's still not too late for you. So let's talk about what staying in that job you hate is actually costing you. It's not just the salary you might be able to make somewhere else. It's something bigger than that. It's the compounding loss. Every year you stay in a job just for the money or even just for the benefits is a year you didn't spend building a business of your own. And that's not just 1 year gone. It's 1 year of momentum, 1 year of skills that you didn't develop, 1 year of a customer base you didn't build, 1 year of trust you didn't earn with people who might have eventually paid for your expertise. Those years don't stack up evenly. The first year of building something new can be slow and hard. The second year gets easier. By year 3 or 4, things start to compound. You look up and you realize that you've built something meaningful that helps people and may even provide more income than the 9 to 5 you left. But here's the encouraging part. Today is still available to you. You haven't missed it. You're just standing at the edge of it, deciding whether or not to take the first step. I want to tell you something that I don't talk about much because it's a little embarrassing. Back in 2019, I started a YouTube channel for my business. And instead of actually learning how to do it myself, like studying the craft, learning what works, lighting, photography, etc., I handed it off to someone else. A friend who, it turned out, also didn't really know what he was doing. One video got posted. One. And then nothing happened with that channel for 5 years. Seriously, 5 years. Now, I'll be honest. As a business owner, I figured I was being smart by delegating that work to someone else. But at least in this case, I wasn't. Learning how to do it myself would have been far better. Now, I'm still not consistent with that channel, and if I really want it to grow, I should be. But a lot has changed in the last few years, and so have my priorities. So I'm not standing here telling you that I fixed it. But here's what I think about sometimes. What if I'd actually started learning and building that channel back in 2019? What if I'd put in the work, even imperfectly, for the last several years? Can you imagine where that channel would be right now? I can, and it's a little painful because I may not have had to change my priorities as much. That's not a mistake I can undo. Those years are gone. The subscribers and customers I didn't gain, the trust I didn't earn, the content I didn't make, all of it is lost. Lost time. And I'm telling you that not to dwell on it, but because I don't want you to look back years from now and feel the same thing, the same regret about your own life's potential. When people think about the cost of staying in a job they hate, they usually think about it in terms of salary. I could be making more money somewhere else. Or they think about time. I'm wasting my best years here. Both of those may be true, but they're not the expensive part. The expensive part is compounding value of everything you didn't build. Every year you wait, that list gets a little bit longer, and the gap between where you are and where you could have been gets wider. We don't feel that cost on a day-to-day basis because we can't know what didn't happen. It's invisible, maybe even theoretical. And then one day, you're 52 years old and you realize you've been thinking about leaving for 8 years and you have nothing to show for it outside of a job that could disappear tomorrow. And that's not theoretical. Employers, corporate employers in particular, have no loyalty toward their employees. And while technically illegal, ageism is real and something you should keep in mind and be prepared for as you get older. Now, if any of this is hitting close to home, if you've been sitting on an idea or you've been telling yourself you'll start when the time is right, we should talk. I do one-on-one coaching calls, and they're not about me handing you a blueprint. They're about helping you get clear on what your specific path forward looks like based on where you actually are right now and what it is that what your expertise is, what it is you enjoy doing, what your dreams are. You can find the link in the description below if you want to set something up. All right, let's keep going. Here's why I think most people don't start. And there are a few reasons I've noticed. Many people feel like they're just too busy struggling to get by to spend time building a new business. There's the 40+ hours spent at work, the commuting time, and the time needed to eat, sleep, and take care of yourself, which leaves precious little time for anything else. And if you've got a second job, kids, elderly parents in need of care, or any number of other responsibilities, there really is limited time to pursue something new. The thing is, we can usually make time for something new if it's important enough to us. I did. Some people are waiting for the right moment. Enough money saved, the kids out of the house, the economy maybe to settle down, or the perfect idea. The list just goes on and on. And here's what I know after doing this for over 25 years. The right moment, when all the stars align, it doesn't come. You don't wait your way into readiness. You build your way into it. You make plans. You learn skills. You acquire tools and start building step by step. And often, those steps are little baby steps. But that's okay, because they're still steps in the right direction. Sometimes it's simply not knowing where to start. And that's one of the most amazing things about living today. Anything you want or need to learn can be found online and learned without costing you a cent. The people I've seen actually make the jump, they weren't ready when they started. They just started anyway, and they figured it out along the way. That's not reckless. Starting something on the side while you still have income coming in, that's actually about as low risk as it gets. You're not quitting your job tomorrow without a plan. You're just deciding that this year is going to count towards something, instead of being another year you look back and wonder about. And when I started my business back in 1999, it consumed nearly every spare minute I had outside of my 9-to-5 job. You might say I was obsessed. A year later, I made the jump to full-time and didn't look back. More recently, when our sales crashed post-COVID, it was obvious that I needed a new direction. I didn't know where to start, and I was working for both my own company and a large corporation. Again, I used nearly every spare minute I had, watching YouTube videos and reading books, trying to learn what my next step should be and how to take it. I started this video by asking you what your life would look like if you'd started 3 years ago. Here's the thing about that question. It's not meant to sting. It's meant to encourage you. There's an old saying that the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. That applies to a lot more than just trees. You can't do anything about the years that have already passed. Nobody can. But that old saying isn't really about the tree you didn't plant 20 years ago. It's about the one that you can plant today. 3 years from now, you're going to look back at this moment, and this time, you get to decide what that look back feels like. Picture yourself 3 years from now, having a conversation with someone who's where you are today, and you're the one saying, I almost didn't start either. Yes, the best time to start was years ago. You already know that. You don't need me to tell you. But the second best time is today, and today is still available to you. If this video got you thinking, do me a favor and stick around. Subscribe. I've got more coming on what the path actually looks like and how to get started in a way that makes sense. And if you're ready to plant that tree, if you want to have a real conversation about your specific situation, the link to book a call with me is down in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.